What took so long? What took so long is because we could not get our Republican colleagues to crush the virus. I couldn't understand it. Why would they not want to invest in the science that has told us so importantly that it required testing, tracing, treatment, separation, sanitation, and the rest? And when we had the bill and the HEROES Act, and even the smaller HEROES Act, because we reduced the time, they said, we just made a light touch on your language on testing. No, 53% of it to take out everything that referred to minority communities. Communities of color were so hard hit in all of this. And now we see why. They didn't believe in the science, we knew that, but they did believe in herd immunity. And that's why we never could come to that first pillar, crush the virus.
We all know that President Trump has made the economy a mess by how he treated the pandemic. We all know that President Biden is entering his presidency in an economic deep hole caused by President Trump. This bill helps him begin to get out of that hole. Even though the Republicans were relentless against it, we found other ways to aid the states. So the states will get at least some of the aid they need. The localities and the tribes will get some of the aid they need. But the Republican relentlessness against state aid is just befuddling. Why is it any different when someone who works for the local government loses his or her job and can't feed their kids, or someone from a small business loses it? They're all for helping the small businesses, so are we, because they employ people. But what's the difference between that and state and local governments where people are also losing their jobs and can't feed their families? Ideology gets in the way.
Question. Given how hard it was to get this deal, for May you were fighting, are you under any illusion it's going to be easy to get this Part 2 next year?
I believe in public sentiment, you know that. And we have a great leader who has the confidence of the people that he is there for them. Joe Biden is. And I think the soapbox, the bully pulpit that he has to say, we're here for you, we know what you need, and we are going to fight the fight for you. No, I think we're going to have a much easier time than we've had with a Republican Senate and a Republican president.
Let me just say something. The number one reason we didn't get the bill we needed was the Republican Senate. And Donald Trump just obfuscated the whole issue. A Democratic president, Joe Biden, will be able to focus the American people's attention on a Senate, the Republican members of the Senate, who are obstructing, getting in the way of what they need. If Joe Biden says we need $1,200 checks instead of the $600, they didn't have any money for checks in their bill. That's right. Well, he'll focus on the American people. If we feel we need more money for unemployment insurance, he'll focus on the American people. And I believe the Republicans who have been able to hide under Trump's circus almost will no longer be able to do it. I am very optimistic that we can get a lot more done in a Senate, certainly if there's a Democratic majority, but even if a Republican majority remains. With a new president who's going to focus the issue, he said he's making COVID his number one issue. Things will be easier, better, and will produce even more.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.